Here is an uncomfortable question, and I need you to answer it honestly. If your car broke down tomorrow morning, if your phone screen shattered on the way to work, or if you had an unexpected medical bill show up in your inbox tonight, would you have the money to cover it? Because here is what the data says. According to a 2026 Federal Reserve survey, nearly 4 in 10 Americans would struggle to cover an unexpected $400 expense without borrowing money or selling something. $400! And yet, almost every piece of financial advice out there tells you to build a 3 to 6 month emergency fund like that's supposed to mean something to someone who can barely make rent. In this video, I'm going to show you the exact step-by-step blueprint to go from zero, literally $0, to a $10,000 emergency fund. Not theory, not vague advice, an actual system with actual steps that you can start today. Stay until the end because step 5 is the one nobody talks about, and it is the step that determines whether your emergency fund actually works when you need it most. Let me tell you exactly why most people fail to build an emergency fund, because it is not about discipline or willpower. It is about architecture. The standard advice is save what's left over at the end of the month. That advice is structurally broken. Here is why. When you save what is left over, you're saving the residue. And most months, there is no residue. Life fills every gap. There is the unexpected copay, the birthday dinner you forgot about, the parking ticket, the subscription you thought you canceled. Each one individually is small. Collectively, they consume the margin you were going to save. But here is the deeper problem. When people try to save and fail, they do not just lose the money, they lose the belief that saving is possible for them. They conclude, I'm just not someone who is good with money. That belief is the real emergency.
You are not bad with money. You have been given a bad system, and a bad system produces bad results no matter how disciplined you are. The blueprint I am about to show you is a different system entirely. It works specifically because it does not rely on leftover money. It creates the savings before you have a chance to spend it. But first, let me show you exactly what is at stake, because most people significantly underestimate the cost of not having an emergency fund. Let's do some fast math that will change how you think about this. Car repair, average, $750. Emergency dental visit, $900. Urgent care plus prescription, $400. 1 week without work, $650 to $1,200. One financial crisis, something that happens to the average person at least once every 18 months, costs between $400 and $1,200. Without savings, you cover that with credit card debt at 24% APR. That single event now costs you 30% more when you factor in interest. Now look at the other side. 1 week of saving $25 per day, the cost of 1 coffee and 1 snack builds $175 in 7 days. In just 4 weeks, that is $700, enough to cover most single crises without touching a credit card. The gap between crisis and safety is smaller than you think. Let me show you exactly how to close it, starting with step 1 of the blueprint. Step 1. Open a separate high-yield savings account today. The single most important structural decision you will make is where your emergency fund lives. And the answer is not in your main checking account. When emergency savings sit in your everyday account, they do not feel like savings. They feel like available balance. They disappear. You need a dedicated separate account. And in 2026, that account should be a high-yield savings account, an HYSA. These are FDIC-insured accounts just like your regular bank, but they pay dramatically higher interest. Right now, the best HYSAs are paying between 4% and 5% APY compared to the national average of 0.46%
at traditional bank. 3 consistently top-rated options include Ally Bank, Marcus by Goldman Sachs, and SoFi. I am not being paid to mention any of them. Do your own rate comparison at a site like NerdWallet to find the current leader. But pick one, open it today, And never touch the money inside except for a genuine emergency. Action. Open your HYSA account before this video ends. It takes 10 to 15 minutes.
Step 2. Start with $25 per week. That's it. Here is where almost every emergency fund guide loses people. They tell you to save a percentage of your income. If your income is irregular or tight, a percentage-based target feels impossible, so you never start. Instead, I want you to commit to one number. $25 per week. Set up an automatic transfer from your checking account to your HYSA on the day after each paycheck arrives. Not a manual transfer, automatic. The money leaves before you see it as available. $25 a week is $3.57 a day. It is the cost of a vending machine snack and a water bottle. It will not change your lifestyle, but it will change your financial trajectory because the habit of saving is worth more than the amount you save in the first month. As your income grows, you can increase the transfer amount, but start with $25. Start today, this week, not when you feel ready. Step 3. Use the money found principle. Throughout the year, money appears that you were not expecting, but tax refund, birthday cash from a relative, an overtime shift, a freelance payment, a cashback reward, money you find, not money you earned on schedule. The money found principle is simple. Every single dollar of found money goes directly and entirely into your emergency fund before you have decided what to do with it. The average federal tax refund in 2025 was approximately $3,000. If you applied the money found principle to just your tax refund, you would cover 30% of your $10,000 goal in a single transfer. You do not need discipline for this principle. You just need a rule. The rule is found money goes to the emergency fund. Always. No exceptions until the fund is fully built. Step 4. The 90-day milestone system. Research on behavior change consistently shows that people who track progress against specific milestones are far more likely to complete long-term goals than those tracking a single distant target.
$10,000 is a meaningful goal, but it is also a 2-year goal at $25 per week. Without intermediate wins, motivation erodes. Here is your milestone system. Set a personal reward for each one, something meaningful but not budget-breaking. $500 milestone. First, real safety net. Cover yourself a done moment, a meal out, a small experience. $1,000 milestone. Consumer financial safety level per most emergency benchmarks. You are now statistically more financially stable than 40% of Americans. $2,500 milestone. 1 month of basic living expenses for most people. You have 1 month of breathing room. $5,000 milestone. Transition your HYSA into a laddered structure, covered in the advanced section. Major win. $10,000 milestone. You have built a genuine 3 to 6 month buffer. You are now financially resilient. Step 5. What to do when, not if, you have to use it. Nobody talks about this step, and the absence of this step is why many people's emergency funds fail to function as emergency funds. Your emergency fund will be used. That is not a failure. That is the fund doing exactly what it was built for. The failure mode is what happens after. Here is the protocol for when you use your fund. Step 1. Use it without guilt. The fund exists for this moment. Using it is success, not failure. Step 2, immediately resume your $25 per week automatic transfer. Do not wait until you feel ready. Step 3, apply the money found principle aggressively until the fund is rebuilt. Step 4, review what triggered the emergency. Was it avoidable? Is there a monthly line item that would prevent the same emergency next time? A maintenance plan, an insurance top-up. The goal is not a perfect, untouched emergency fund. The goal is a fund that keeps getting rebuilt, every time faster than the last, because you have a system. Let me show you the math quickly, because I want you to see what this actually builds. $25 per week times 52 weeks equals $1,300 per year without HYSA interest. At 4.5% APY in an HYSA, $1,330 per year with interest. $5 per day times 365 days equals $1,825 per year from one less coffee or snack per day. Tax refund, $3,000 added to $25 per week in year 1 equals $4,300 plus in year 1 alone. At $25 per week plus your tax refund, you can reach $5,000 in 12 months. At $50 per week, you can reach $10,000 in under 2 years, entirely on automatic, while you live your normal life. These are not optimistic projections. These are base case math on conservative assumptions. The system is the secret, not your salary, not your discipline, the system.
Now let me show you how to supercharge this in the advanced tips coming up. Best HYSA rates in 2026, what to look for. Here is your action plan. 3 things you are doing today, not this week, today. Action 1. Go to NerdWallet or Bankrate and find the highest rated HYSA with no minimum deposit. Open it. It takes 10 minutes. Action 2. Set up a $25 automatic weekly transfer from your main account to your new HYSA. Schedule it for the day after your next paycheck. Action 3. Write your first milestone number on your phone as a reminder. Your goal for the next 90 days. Whether that is $250, $500, or $1,000, write it down. It changes your behavior. That is your entire blueprint. 3 actions. Today. If this video gave you a real system instead of vague advice, hit subscribe right now. Every single week, I release a video exactly like this one. No fluff, no jargon. Just clear financial strategies that you can actually use. Next week, I'm going to show you why 90% of day traders lose everything and what the data says you should be doing instead. Link is right here. Watch it immediately after this. And drop a comment below. What is your emergency fund goal? Are you starting from zero, or are you already partway there? I read every single comment and I will reply.